Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Kraken Packs video. I am your host, MrBevers. Today, we are going to... let's not zoom in, let's zoom out. Woo! Zooming out. Alright, we are going to open up and build a Dimir kit from Guilds of Ravnica. Why not, right? Seems fine. Seems fine. So, what does everybody think about these ridiculous box topper cards that have come about and that they've been sending out to people who like had issues ordering mythic boxes online? There's our Dimir die. There it is. Put that off to the side there. Let's keep that like so. I'm just gonna pull that out. That's our token with our code on the back. That's our promo card. There's our nice little Dimir divider, which was nice. That'll go back in the box for now. And then, of course, there's our 5 packs. We'll put these here like so that we can open them up. All right, who's ready? Who's ready for some flavor? Well, building your deck. Okay, so we're talking about Dimir now. So what should we do? What should we do? I never prepped these ahead of time, so let's see.
Knowledge is a power few command. However, many believe they do. Rulers and merchants spread their coin and flattery far and wide, certain they can uncover deeper truths than their rivals ever could. We allow them this comfort. After all, it only makes them easier targets. We are the eyes and ears of Ravnica, watching every move, listening at every door. We are everyone and no one, silent shadows shedding and donning identities with liquid grace. We breathe secrets and feast on knowledge. We are House Dimir.
So there you go. A little bit of flavor. I hope that came across in the audio. I have no idea. Maybe it didn't. And let's try. Let's try some. Let's talk about the cards that we're gonna see here and see if we can't find some sweet, sweet stuff to build with. So we've got a red, okay, and a white, and then a blue. Okay, so we've got one Dimir Informant. All right, that's a good start. Last time we didn't even hit anything, right? All right, so we got Never Happened. Okay, and we've got an Erstwhile Trooper. Hired Poisoner, also fine for Dimir. Blade Instructor, okay. Ooh, Price of Fame is a very good removal spell in black. Wand of Vertebrae, and our rare, a Chamber Sentry. Not a card that I really am excited about. And of course we got one Selesnya Guildgate with an Angel token. Chamber Sentry, not a rare that I'm excited about in draft. It's just not something that you really want to be playing. Collar the Culprit. Passwall Adept is fine for Dimir as well. Okay, this is not bad. Direct Current. Okay. Muse Drake is perfect. Gateway Plaza. Another. Oof. Our Boros removal is looking pretty nice. Circuitous Route. And our rare is an Experimental Frenzy, which is a cool card. And it's very good in limited. And we got a foil Burglar Rat with another Selesnya Guildgate. Okay. Our blue is a little lackluster. We haven't opened up a single Dimir card. And by that I mean blue. We haven't opened up any blue-black. Disdainful Stroke is fine. Disable Stroke gets there more often than not, to be completely honest, because a lot of like the green, white, green, red, white, red, that like, there's a lot of cards that cost 4 or more. Let's put it that way. Our first Selesnya card. Ooh, there's our first Dimir card. Another Boros card. Ooh! This card is so good. This card is so good. And we got an Inescapable Blaze. Inescapable Blaze. And we ended up with a Dawn of Hope. And another Selesnya Guildgate. We have 3 Selesnya Guildgates. I mean, I feel like the lands are telling us that we need to be playing Selesnya, but like at the same time, like not really. Like we need to be playing like Boros Splash Green, I guess, is sort of what it looks like it's trying to tell us. Fresh-faced Recruit. Vapors. Our blue is lackluster. Our blue is super lackluster. Spybug, though. Spybug is very good if you have enough Surveil, which right now we do not. But still, our rares are also kind of all over the place. A Boros Guildgate. My goodness. We need like Izzet Guildgates and Dimir Guildgates is what we really want, so that we can be splashing our sweet blue-black cards into like a blue-red deck or something like that. I guess we don't even want blue-red, so like what do we want? We want like red-white, splash. Man, that's tough. Radical Idea, very good. We don't have enough Surveil, is the main thing I'm seeing here. Like, we definitely don't have enough Surveil. Harpooner is very good. Murmuring Mystic is also very good for, like, any blue deck. Gird for Battle. Oh, baby. Thief of Sanity is a bomb that is hard to deal with. And we did get an Izzet Guildgate for the end. Look at that. Man, that's tough. So, I mean, like, our blue is definitely not very strong. So, like, this is good. This is good. This is, like, mediocre. It's fine if you need to play it. Disdainful Stroke is fine. Muse Drake is fine. Passwall Adept is fine, but not necessarily something we need. The Dimir Informant, also very good. So, like, right now, in our blue, we have a single card. A single card that does Surveil. And it's the Dimir Informant, right? And then the Passwall Adept is fine against aggro because he's a 1/3 for 2. And then in black, right, this card is fine to play. This card is fine to play in the Surveil deck for sure. Child of Night is fine. These guys fine. Burglar Rat is fine. You're fine playing 2 of those. Price of Fame is also just very good. So, I mean, like, our black is not terrible. It's not crazy amazing. Like, we would like to have, like, maybe a Deadweight in here. Or maybe another piece of removal. But, like, it's not terrible. But blue-black together, just together, with this, is definitely not strong enough to play. Like, so, for instance, you've got the Darkblade Agent, the Disinformation Campaign, and the Dimir Spybug. But right now, you only have, what, 3 spells? You have the 1 blue creature, and then you have the 2 black spells. Price of Fame, and Mephitic Vapors that do the Surveil. Now, that being said, there's probably some Surveil cards in this pack. Right? But as we all know, I generally don't open these packs because the promo card's on the front. Now, you can blame Wizards because generally I like to keep the promo cards sealed so that they are pack fresh forever. But let's see what we got for our promo card. We got a Connive and Concoct as our promo card. Gain control of target creature with power 2 or less. Surveil 3, then return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So we do have another card that does Surveil right off the top here, right? So, and the interesting thing about this Concoct is that the idea is that you pay 5, you Surveil 3, you dump a big creature into the yard with those 3 cards, hopefully, or maybe you already have one in the graveyard, and then you can return it from the graveyard to the battlefield, right, for 5 mana, which is pretty nice. So, I think that we got a decent amount of payoffs for Surveil, that if this pack has enough Surveil in it, we would definitely be running blue-black Surveil. And then, like, maybe we splash red or something like that. to like bring in some of our cool red cards, like for instance Experimental Frenzy, just a very good red card to splash. Thief of Sanity also just stellar. Like that card is amazing. If they don't have removal for it, it just wins games. Because in red we have things like Command the Storm, which is fine. Inescapable Blaze, which we probably wouldn't want to splash for. Same with Direct Current, we probably wouldn't want to splash for either. So like, chances are we're gonna splash for Command the Storm and then possibly like the Sonic Assault. Because in green black we don't really have anything particular that's like amazing. Like we can play this Pitless Gorgon just because it just takes double black instead of a green. But like we have Urban Utopia, which if we were gonna play green it would be fine. So I mean like we could look at like playing green. So because like you have Urban Utopia, Harpooner is fine, Prey Upon is very good, Ceratok is fine, Circuitous Root is fine, Hitchclaw, Recluse is fine. And then the Worm is fine if you're playing that type of deck. I don't think we are. But like if you were to play this green as like a core piece of your deck, which is not a lot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, only 6 green cards. Like you could definitely look at splashing some of your other colors, right? Because you have Circuitous Root, which gets you 2 gates or basic lands, right? They come into play tapped, but whatever. So it's fixing, right? And then you also have the Urban Utopia, which makes any color. So you do have a couple ways to like make a bunch of colors. And that being said, like we do have 3 Selesnya Guild Gates, right? Plus a Gateway Plaza, plus a Boros Guild Gate. So I mean, you could be looking at like maybe we play some sort of like mix of Boros, Selesnya nonsense. It's possible, because I mean like our Boros cards are pretty strong too, if you look, right? Because we have Dawn of Hope, which is very nice, Experimental Frenzy, which is very good in the Boros deck, we have Boros Challenger, which is very good, we have Justice Strike, and we have Integrity and Intervention, which are both, those are all very good Boros cards. Then in Boros, like Gird for Battle, meh, Candle, fine, Luminous Bonds for sure. Intrusive Pack Beast. This card can win you games in the Boros deck because if it comes down on turn 5 and just taps 2 of their blockers and you swing in for lethal. So it's definitely a card to consider in your 5-drop. Blade Instructor, also just very good for the Boros deck. 10th District Guide is fine. Sunhome Stalwart is very good. Another Blade, and then a Take Heart. So I mean like, and then we have 2 Color the Culprits for like sideboard, right? Because if we come up against like a Selesnya deck that has just a whole bunch of big butts, like even just these Recluses, right? This gets rid of the Recluse, even though it's a 1/4. 1/4 stymies our deck pretty well in Boros because most of our creatures are not going to be over that. Now the other thing is that we don't have any of the big top end Boros cards. We have none of the Hammer Droppers. We have none of the Barging Sergeants. We don't have any of the things that essentially are bigger than 3 power, right? So being able to mentor requires those types of things, or at least ways to be able to pump your dudes up to get them above that so that they can then mentor and then get something bigger so that it can then start mentoring other things. You know, it's a toss-up, right? And our green-white is not like super amazing either. Like Conclave Cavalier is very good, but the Centaur Peacemaker is kind of mediocre, right? So I mean, I think we would probably end up playing... I'm pretty sure we'd end up playing blue-black, and then splash maybe some green or some red. I think we would splash red over green, to be honest, because I don't think there's enough green in here that's like super exciting to me. Like the Krull Harpooner is very good, and the Prey Upon, a nice removal, since we don't have a lot of removal in blue and red. Or blue and black, I should say. We also have the Dimir Locket, which helps us fix for blue-black. And then, you know, there's going to be a whole bunch of Dimir cards in here. Because this is a seeded pack that is specifically Dimir, right? So the cards that are in this pack are specifically blue and black. There won't be a red card in here. There won't be a green card in here. There won't be a white card in here. It'll all be blue and black. Maybe an artifact or two. But it should be all blue and black. Again, like if the promo card wasn't in here, I would open this no problem. Right, and be like, here are the cards that we can help build the pack with. But because the promo's in here and I like to keep it pack fresh as long as I can, just a collection thing for me. I like to have the promos in as mint condition as possible, and keeping it in the pack is the easiest way to do that. So, there you go. We hit some interesting rares. Nothing like super exciting. Experimental Frenzy is a couple bucks, which is nice. Dawn of Hope is a very good card. Firemind's research is cool as well, and the Thief of Sanity is just very good in the blue-black deck. Like, it's just very, very good. So, but like, we didn't hit anything that's like, oh man, we have to build that color. And like, even the Connive and Concoct is like, it's a fine card. It's fine in the blue-black deck, right? The fact that the Connive costs 4 and the Concoct costs 5, generally speaking, you're probably going to want to cast the Concoct. The only time that you really want to cast the Connive is if they have something like, say they have their own Thief of Sanity on the board, and you're like, well, I take it because it only has power 2 or less. So I take it, and now I have a Thief of Sanity, right? So like, there are a number of creatures that you might want to take with Connive, but it's, seeing as it only costs 1 more mana to do the Concoct, getting a big derp out of your graveyard onto the battlefield is not terrible. Or even getting your Thief of Sanity back, right, if they've removed it, right? Because, I mean, we do have, where was that guy? Oh, right there. The Desert of Lights is a fine card to get back as well, like 5-drop, right? We don't have any of the big, like, we don't have really any evasive creatures, particularly, right? Which is why you need the Passwell Adept, right? Because he's the only way you're going to get your guys to get through for damage, because we only have 1 flyer, right? We have 1 flyer, which is Muse Drake. We have Murmuring Mystic, which makes a bunch of bird tokens, but that's not, like, super accurate, right? I mean, it's possible. And we have the Dimir Spybug, which is also flying, but, like, we can't rely on it to do damage regularly because we don't have a lot of surveil. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I've been your host, MrBevers. This has been a little bit of an opening and discussion of what you need to look at when you're building a sealed pool for Guilds of Ravnica. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, may your pulls ever be better.